welcome to Thirst for Thoughts. I'm your host Liam, and today we're gonna talk about authenticity. We're gonna just kind of talk about it's Pride. I mean, come on, it's Pride. First off, it's June 10th. June 10th, 111. Look at that, we love that. Intuition's she telling you. But no, today we're just going to talk about being you and being true to who you are and just really being able to embrace yourself and being able to have the confidence in your ability. You know what I'm saying? I think it's very important for people to really start to embrace their self, because I feel like a lot of people are starting to get really lost up in a trend or caught up in social media, caught up in this short dopamine all the time, sitting there scrolling through your phone, looking at TikTok, looking at Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is. And I just feel like it's really taking a toll on people, because I can say from my own personal preference that it took a toll on me. You know what I'm saying? Not really getting more comfortable with being myself. You know what I'm saying? I always thought that I was living true to myself, and I always thought that I was fully embracing who I was as an individual. But then I realized that I wasn't always doing that. I built this idea that I was always doing it, but I wasn't actually always doing it. And I think it's very interesting how I came about it, because I was doing good, you know what I'm saying? I've been doing really good, over the last year, been super busy, stuff been going on. And then I recently quit a job, and I kind of just took a step back and was sitting there and having a couple months of just to breathe, to relax. I took 3 months off before I decided to go back to a job, because I just really was I feel like I don't know myself the way I should have known myself, or to be more prepared for myself. You know what I'm saying? And I took 3 months off, and it was a great experience. Obviously, I don't think everyone's going to be able to do this. You know what I'm saying? I happened to get very lucky and very blessed where I was to have that opportunity for me. But, I'm aware that isn't for everybody. But still, even just taking time to reflect and sit back on who you are right now and where you actually want to be, because if you really want to change, you can change. I'm not saying everybody changes by any means, but if you really sit down and you put in that time and you put in that effort and you put in those years and those hours and those months of dedication to yourself, to be I want better for me, I want better for my future, I want better for everything, you know what I'm saying? I want to be better for myself, I want to show up better for people. That's not something that's just gonna be super easy. You don't just walk up on that and be whoa, I'm here, it's definitely something that you have to dedicate a lot of time to, because I really thought I was living my life authentically me. You know what I'm saying? I really thought I was dating myself, I was taking care of myself, I was doing everything, the manifestations, showing up to the gym, taking myself out every once in a while, doing the skincare and all of that. And I never felt truly me, you know what I'm saying? I was okay, I'm doing it, I'm doing everything that everyone's saying to do, I'm showing up for myself the way I should be showing up for myself, the way everyone has been telling me that they do it, and how it could be really beneficial for me to do the same thing, and so I'm okay, what's going on, and then I really had a little break where I just sat down and I just started journaling a lot. Even over those 3 months, I felt like I got lost within trying to find myself, because I was taking a break. And I think that's normal for everybody to get lost in trying to find themselves, because you're trying to take what you have already built, the foundation that you've already laid, and the stability that you've already created, and you're trying to just move that so you can get this. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to figure out what you want to become. In order to figure out what you want to become, you have to leave what you already were, and I guess my word of advice is, don't get too lost in trying to find yourself. Remember who you are and your purpose and why you keep fighting. I was listening to somebody on YouTube yesterday. I don't remember who it was. It was after some video and it just popped up and I was like, okay. And they were like, but what was the reason that you even started your goal? Like, what was the reason that you're here? What was the reason that kept you pushing to get where you are today? Because, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay, that's very valid, you know? And I was like, actually, I don't even remember, like, I know why I'm fighting for what I'm fighting for. You know, I know I'm trying to get to a point in my life where I'm able to make a nonprofit to help troubled youth and members of the LGBT community and other minorities be able to get the opportunity to succeed in the future. Because, like, I know there are other people like me who had to get had to struggle to get where you got, and you're blessed that you got here. But it's like, I know not everybody has the strength and the courage to fight out, and you know, you don't always see what's on the other side. You don't always see like the future and the people that were like you coming from where you came from to get to where they are today, you know? And that's a lot of why I'm starting Thirst for Thoughts, like honestly, to create a sense of community, and also so I can get more help out to people who felt like they couldn't breathe for so long and they weren't able to pick themselves up, you know? Just because, like, sometimes when you're in that headspace, it just doesn't seem like you can see the brighter. You can't see what's beyond. You can't see what's ahead of you. You're just like, I'm here, and all I know is I feel like I can't breathe. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm here to let you know that if you keep staying true to yourself and you keep putting in that hard work, that yeah, sometimes it does get lonely, and yeah, sometimes it does suck a little and it hurts just a little, but it's gonna be worth it in the end, 100%. Like, I definitely I definitely know that, and I can definitely say that to other people. You know, that no matter what you're going through, it's gonna be okay, and just try to do the best by yourself. Like, that's really it. You know what I'm saying? Just showing up for yourself. And I just really had this moment where I just was going through all my stuff, and I decided that I just need to get it together. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay, I'm glad I decided that, but like, I don't feel the motion, I don't feel the movement to get me any farther than where I am. You know, like, I know I'm here, I know I'm good, I know I'm doing better, I know I have became better than the product of my environment starting off, and I know that I am shooting for the stars, and I want to give a lot of people hope, but like, now where? You know what I'm saying? Like, now how do you get there? And it really came down to, I subconsciously was still allowing myself to think that I wasn't worth my own achievements. That no matter how much I did achieve, or no matter how much effort I put in, that it wasn't going to become valuable. And I want to let everybody know that, like, that's just not how that works, you know? Like, don't let somebody else's opinion of value become your opinion of value for yourself. There are so many people that will immediately tell you their value of opinion or their value of you. And it's like, thanks, but like, how can you tell me my value? You know, like, that's not fair for someone to tell you what your value is or isn't. You know what I'm saying? You have to believe in your core of your being that you are worth more, and that you want more, and that you are going to become better, and that you are going to succeed. And I just feel that a lot of people lose the drive and the hope in that fight because it becomes a struggle. But I'm here to be whatever, you know. If you want me to be like a sibling figure, I'll be your sibling figure. If you want me to be a friend, I'll be your friend. If you want to be besties, girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you just want me to be somebody that is just a mentor that you listen to, then that is what it is, you know. I'm going to make sure with this podcast that people are able to embrace themselves and be authentic, and to really shoot for the stars. And that's honestly, I guess, the theme of this podcast, you know, for Thirst for Thoughts. Like, to show people that there's so much more than you are capable of. You know, you're worth so much more. You can achieve so much more. You can shoot for the stars higher. You know, like, you just limit yourself, unfortunately. Like, it is what it is. But I mean, we all do it. You know what I'm saying? We all have been there. We've all limited ourselves. And Yeah, we're not trying to have those patterns no more. This is 2024. We're trying to go up. Like the year's going good. Things are going well. We're just trying to go up. We're not trying to stay in this continuous rut of this cycle that we feel like we can't ever break. You know what I'm saying? Because it really feels that way sometimes. It really does feel that way where it's just like I can't, or I don't feel like I can keep pushing. But I could promise you, yes, you can. And don't limit yourself. I've heard so many people recently, because I work in the public, I've heard so many people recently be like, oh, well, I just don't know, or I can't, or I don't think it's going to happen. I'm like, why shoot yourself in the foot before you even take an opportunity? You don't even know what this opportunity is being provided, and you're going to limit yourself before the opportunity is even open? Like, open the door and listen to it. See what's in there, check it out, but it doesn't mean you have to limit yourself. Like, you are going to be the person that's going to hold yourself back for the most success. I learned that the hard way because I had a lot of people telling me that like I wasn't worth it, I wasn't going to make it, I wasn't good enough, I wasn't what they were wanting, or I simply wasn't the image that they created in their head that they wanted me to be. And that's shitty, you know what I'm saying? But I listened to that for so long and like kept holding myself back, and I'm like, why? Like, why do I just feel like I can't succeed, or my value of succeeding, or my success itself is not even worth it? Like, and I was really starting to feel that way. And I I don't know, I just had a couple like moments recently where I've been able to take a couple steps back and just look at my life from an outside perspective. And that's what I like to do a lot when I'm feeling really like stuck or like rooted in something that I can't seem to get out of, is I like to like take a huge step back and like kind of think as if my friend was telling me what was going on and how I would give them advice. You know what I'm saying? Or just even write down everything that's going on and look at it and be like, okay, like now take away that this is me that's going through this, and what would you tell somebody? What would you tell whoever it is that was asking you this? You know what I'm saying? And it's been able to help me a lot, you know? I just feel that everybody should know their worth, that everybody should feel self-love and be able to love other people for just being themselves, like being authentic. You know what I'm saying? Like, the world has just become so negative and so hatred and so full of like, ugh, and it's so heavy all the time, like energy wise, you know? And it's like, why? Like, why do you have to feel so rushed? Like, I understand stuff is going on, but take care of yourself while life is still happening, because at the end of the day, you're the only one who's going to show up for yourself. You're the only one who's going to be able to do your skincare and make sure that you look the way you want to, and make sure that your hair looks the way you want it to, and dress the way you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have people help you get that or learn how to do it better, or be able to find what works for you. But at the end of the day, the only one who's keeping it up is you. You know, you have to be self-disciplined, and you have to be able to show up for yourself, because it's not even just that you're showing up for yourself, you're also showing up for your subconscious and your inner child, because at the end of the day, it doesn't really understand that you're not, you know, like it just thinks that your body thinks you're neglecting itself. Like, if you're not doing it, it's just like, okay, you know, she's just gonna neglect me today. He's gonna neglect me today. And it's like, no, you know, like, don't, don't do that to yourself, when at the end of the day, you have to be able to pick your head up. You know, I'm gonna kind of be the person that's gonna tell you that it's okay, and it's okay to cry and have all of your emotions and let everything out, but also I'm going to be here to tell you that you need to put a pep in your step, that it's a little bit of tough love, because I really did this soft and simple love with myself for like the past year and a half, and maybe even over that, maybe almost 2 years, close to somewhere in there. But I was doing this really soft love with myself where I was like, it's okay. And I wasn't pushing myself, and I was trying to figure out the root of my problem. And I will say at certain times soft love is needed, but like for me personally, I've noticed that I need tough love. I need you to call me out of my shit. I need you to tell me I'm being lazy. I need you to tell me to get my shit together. You know what I'm saying? And that is what I am for myself, and I feel like some people could use that too. Just a little bit of tough love, but like positive tough love. I'm not gonna come over here and be like, you're just a horrible person, just trash it. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely more like, okay, I understand that you feel that way and you're beating yourself up, but at the end of the day, we can change this. It's just going to take some time, and you just got to kind of work on that mindset. You got to work through the subconscious. You know, maybe if you are into therapy, or if you'd be open to trying a therapist, there are a lot of good like options for therapy, even online and in person. You know what I'm saying? And if that's not your goal, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? But you can definitely journal. You can do so many things to still help benefit yourself, to still help bring the positivity to yourself, and still be able to, how do I want to put this? Basically, still be able to show up for yourself and not let yourself slack, you know, because I can be having a busy ass day at work, come home, and I'm ready for bed. I'm done. Energy out, exhausted. Like, let me eat some dinner and go to bed. And every time I lay down in the bed, I'm like, you gotta show up for yourself, Liam. You gotta show up for yourself. So I get my ass out of my bed, I go to my bathroom, I brush my teeth, I do my skincare, the whole shebang. Because I know that I would do that for somebody else. Like, I guess the best way to put it is, I know if me and like my best friend or somebody that I really care deeply about were to switch places somehow, you know what I'm saying? Like, my consciousness went into their body, their consciousness went into my body. I would show up for them in every fucking way that I know they wanted to show up for themselves. If they were like, I want to be getting in shape, I want to be eating healthy, I want to be working more on my career, I want to be more creative, or I want to be able to look at myself and be more confident or whatever. Like, I would be doing my hardest to show up for them in all of that manner. You know what I'm saying? And so like our consciousness would push back, because I would do that for somebody I would love. I would do that for the ideal person. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm willing to do that for them, then I need to do it for myself. Because at the end of the day, right now, you got yourself. You might have somebody else with you for sure, but you still have yourself all the time. You know what I'm saying? You're still taking care of yourself all the time. Like, you wake up in the morning, you're brushing your teeth, you gotta be happy with who you're looking at in the mirror, because at the end of the day, that is you. You know what I mean? Those lessons that you learn, because nothing is a mistake. And I don't, like, nothing's a mistake. Like, and I just like when people are always like, ugh, that was such a mistake. And it's like, but you would have never known if you didn't make that mistake that you would have got where you got today. You know, you would have never known that if that would have never happened, you would have been able to be here. Like, because of those experiences that have happened in your past, you're able to be where you are today. And it's a blessing in some way or another. Like, yeah, some of them are hard, some of them suck, some of them rip out your heart, and you're like, oh my gosh, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you still are there for yourself, and you still gotta love yourself, and you still gotta be like, it's okay, take care of yourself, because life is gonna happen, and it's gonna keep moving on. And so many people, I've realized, just let life hit them, and then they stop. And it's like, I understand that you're going through hard stuff, but talk about it. Don't self-isolate. Don't put yourself in this box. Like, talk about it. Bring it up. Bring it out. And not only that, like, it's okay to have silent battles, but don't let them destroy you. Don't let them define you. Don't let your trauma be the reason you're not going to succeed. Don't let that be the reason of your failure. Because I get it. Trauma can really take you down, but at the end of the day, you gotta let go, because all you're doing is living in the past, you know. And like, yes, the trauma is going to continuously come up over the years, but you'll learn how to handle it better. You'll learn how to be able to have that, like, it's okay, you know, just a quick deep breath, and it's not going to destroy you the way it used to. Like, unfortunately, trauma is never going to disappear. You just learn how to handle it better. But with that, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is don't limit yourself. That's really it. Just don't limit yourself. Don't allow yourself to be held back by a negative point of view or something that has happened to you. Because at the end of the day, if that's the reason you fell, that sucks, truly. You know, like, that is shitty, because so many people have so much worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know everybody's situation, but I'm sure there's somebody who has had it worse or is having it worse than you are right now. So don't let that destroy you, because if they're still showing up for all of their personal needs and their work while going through worse, then you can at least show up for yourself. Because I understand sometimes it becomes so much and you need a moment, and that's okay. You know, take your time to process, take your time to grieve, take your time to feel everything you need to feel, but don't let it exist in you. Like, that is not you. That is something that happened to you, but you are what came out of that experience. And so many people just think they're that experience. You're not that experience. You are what came out of that experience. You are what is coming from the seed to bloom. You know what I'm saying? It's like a plant. Like, just stay positive, you know, and really focus on what is going to make you what you want to become. Like, write a little journal down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be like this. And like, I have a thing called a goal board, because vision boards don't be working for me the way they probably be working for everybody else. But I got a little goal board on there, and I can like talk about it later if y'all want me to, or post it or something like that. But basically, it just hits over the goals that I want to achieve in my life in different aspects. So like, one is like a time. So it's like the goals that are going to take a lot of time. And then I have another one, which is personal, which is just personal things that I want to work on within myself. So one of the things that I've been really trying to work more with is being more active in the morning, instead of just kind of being so like procrastinating and just like, ugh, because I'm not really that much of a morning person. So I'll be going on walks with my little dog. We'll be trying to motivate ourselves. And then another one that I have is travel, like the places, the goals that I have to go travel and to go somewhere and go do something like that. And then another one is for appearance. And I think everybody should have an appearance one. And the reason I say that is because your appearance goal is whatever you want it to be. You know, it's going to take time. Like, all of your appearance goals are going to take a long time, because like, it's skincare. You know, like, it's going to take a while for it to, like, your face to get adjusted to what you're now using and to get continuously in the routine. Or if you want to get more muscular, you know what I'm saying? You have to go work out, and it's going to take some time. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I have some stuff on there. Like, I wanted to be more consistent with my skincare for my appearance, because I wanted, like, shiny, like, healthy looking skin. And I definitely think that, like, everybody should have like a form of a goal board, whether it's written down or it's hung up on the wall like mine is. But just because you're able to look at it and be like, okay, this is what I'm going for. This is what I'm going for. You know, like, even if it is, one is like a year out, or like this one is like super quick, but you're able to see all the stuff that you continuously want to hit. Because for me, when I look at a vision board, I just see the photos and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like, I want that too. And that's really it. But like, I don't really have, it doesn't kick in like the emotion for how should I do it? How do I go that way? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't start that up for me. But seeing it written down, I'm like, yeah, okay. And how am I going to get there? How am I going to achieve these goals? And then I just really like put my time and dedication into it. But yeah, like, honestly, just be proud of who you are and know that you are worth it. You know, so many people get told all the time, and so many people in this life and this world get told all the time that, like, you're shitty, you're not good enough. We've all heard our portion of whatever it is, or you're like this, or you're too like that, or you don't do this, or no. You know, we all have had it. And just don't let that be what drags you down. Don't let that be what stops you from succeeding, because everyone's gonna talk shit. Unfortunately, people always talk shit. People always got something to say, and it's because so many people are so concerned about so many other people that they don't care about themselves. And it's like, if you just cared about yourself and you focused on how you can improve yourself and how you can improve your life and how you can improve your relationships or whatever that you are wanting to improve, just all aspects of like your life and being a well-rounded individual, just don't be concerned in other people's realities like that. Like, you know, like if they're doing whatever they're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't stress about how this person's over here doing this and this person's over here getting this and this, you know, like, I get it, you know, like people are posting vacations, people are getting like in shape that when you were wanting to get in shape, and you're like, damn, I want to look like that, or I want to do this. And it's like, don't do that to yourself, because that's not you. That is not you. You are not there. You are here right now where you are, and all you can do is look at yourself in the mirror, be honest with yourself, and push towards the goals that you want to achieve. Like, that's really it, you know? You can't compare yourself to somebody else, because at the end of the day, everybody is going through their own thing on their own time, in their own pain, and their own happiness. You have to work with yourself on that first before anything else, you know? Like, all of me and all of my friends and stuff like that, I'll be going through something, I'm like, hey, just so you know, I'm going through something right now, and like, depending on what it is, I'll like kind of tell them real quick, and I'm like, but I'm good, you know, like, I just need a little break for myself, or whatever it is. Or if I need support, I'd be like, hey, like, can you support me, like, trying to get through this goal, you know? But it's because we're all working on ourselves, and because we're all working on ourselves and we're wanting ourselves to go higher, because we've set these goals and we've set our own expectations, we're able to support each other in a way that it doesn't feel like competition, in a way that it's like, I'm just proud of you because I knew you could do it. I'm proud of you because I've been here and I've been listening to you and I've been watching you, and you have finally achieved it, and that's it. Like, I'm just so happy for you. I'm happy that you have been able to do it, you know, and that you were able to make these goals and these achievements. And just be proud, because it's like, if you can be supportive and loving of yourself and show up for yourself, when other people start to do it for you, you're like, I can appreciate it a lot more because I do it for myself, and now I have somebody else who's doing it for me, and I'm doing it for them. And it makes a relationship work a lot better, because you're able to have a relationship that's built on trust and built on an actual foundation, versus it just being like, hey, well, I'm here sometimes and I'm there sometimes, and this is what's this, and da da da, you know, and like, really break of communication. And like, not all of my relationships with people are day-to-day conversations. No, some of these are, I only talk to them like once a week, sometimes twice a month, and that's it. But we still show up, because the thing is we know that we're achieving our own stuff, and we know that we're trying to shoot for the stars, and we're trying to make the goals, and we're trying to prove that we can do what we want to do. And all that matters is showing up and being like, hey, I'm here. I want you to know I care about you. I want you to know that you're doing amazing and you're really showing up for yourself, and that you are taken care of, and that if you need anything, I'm here, you know? And then if you got something going on, don't be afraid to give me a call. Don't be afraid to get a hold or give me a text message, and just message me, you know? And I can definitely say, at this point in my life, this is how I wish I would have approached this when I was younger. To show up for myself, because other people, you meet new people that show up for themselves and who want to show up for you too. And that is like the best relationship I could probably honestly ever ask for. And because, like, it just feels good when you have faith and trust in yourself, that when you say you're going to do something, you actually do it. Or when you say you're going to be there, you're actually going to be there for just yourself. And then when you start doing it for other people too, in a healthy manner, not in no toxic, not in like a, you're doing this because I did this for you. No, doing this because I care about you. And it's really great, you know what I'm saying? And like, people come in your lives to teach you lessons for a reason. You know, not every relationship, friendship is going to be there. Like, they're there to give you a lesson and have the lesson, because some of them are good lessons, some of them are bad lessons. But like, you're here going off in this altitude, and like, some people are gonna fall off the little rocket ship, and you're gonna keep going up, and more people are gonna kind of fall off. It's because you're working towards your goal, and if they're not able to show up there for you or for themselves, then that is what it is, and you have to let it go. And it doesn't have to be negative by any means. Like, I have friends that, like, I had some really good friends that were a huge part of my life and who made me me and how I was able to get here, and we just grew apart, and that was it. And like, I have no hatred against them, I have no bad wishes or anything. Like, I'm still on the sidelines. Like, I want you guys to show up for yourselves in every way. Like, I am proud of you all, and I want y'all to do well. But the thing is like, I realized we were on two different levels, two different, like, frequencies, I guess. Like, they're doing their thing, I'm doing my thing, and we just fell out, and that's okay, because that happens in time, that happens in life. Not all relationships are gonna leave, but not all relationships are gonna stay. And just be grateful for the time that it is here, because so many people are not grateful for the time that is now. Like, just be grateful that it's right here and it's right now. Don't make it a competition, like, unless it's like a good little friendly competition, but don't make it competition. Don't make it jealousy. Don't compare yourselves. Don't do all of that extra stuff that eventually is going to make a relationship so unhealthy and eventually destroy you, or another person. Like, it's just not worth it, But anyways, on that note, basically, the theme of this podcast is just to let you know that you're not the only one who's going through this, that you're going to succeed, and there are other people like this that have gone through stuff similar to you. And I hope that a lot of people are able to connect like that through this podcast and everything, and they're able to make other people that have gone through certain things that they've also gone through comforted, and know that they're able to push through it. Because it's time for everyone's success story. It is time for everybody's success story. It is 2024. Like, it's the year of wealth. We're stepping into our shit. We're stepping into our games. We're stepping into self-care and truly self-acceptance and self-love. And I just want everyone to have a great day. I want everyone to have a good time. And yeah, I will catch y'all in the next episode.